Warning, this is a review of Persona 4 Arena. No music, although the music is good. Sounds, clips, voice acting, any of it was used from the actual game in the making of this review. It is a review, so please respect the opinion and have fun. Or you will be the 2000 IQ Killjoy. Okay? Welcome back to the Kadic reviews. Now, I recall saying that the next reviews were going to be of Space Jam and another movie I didn't mention. But then as I was crisscrossing through Lyoko, I realized that I forgot something. A review of a fighting game that practically took over my life for 3 weeks. Persona 4 Arena. Now, for those unfamiliar with the Persona series, it's Shin Megami Tensei's little weird Japanese RPG cousin made from the Atlas Company, the same company responsible for the equally bizarre puzzler Catherine. But this is a spin-off of one of the many Persona sequels. In fact, this also acts as a sequel to it. But is it a good fighting game? You betcha. It, it was made and constructed by the same guys that did BlazBlue and the Guilty Gear franchise, so they know how to make a good 2D fighter with some depth and easy controls, which this game does. Plus a well-versed training mode to get you started, and plenty of depth of game modes. The real meat and potatoes is the story mode that's actually penned from the creator of the original game that acts as a sequel to the events of the proper RPG with the return of the Midnight Channel. And one of the funniest intros ever for a fighting game. And I don't mean intro as an opening cinematic. You see, the story mode itself has a rather bizarre intro. One that you should do a favor and watch. It is hilarious. Every time I had the opportunity to watch it while playing the story mode, I did. And I laughed every time, which is one of this game's biggest strong points. Its personality. This thing is brimming with enough personality, style, and finesse that you would think Alberto Del Rio decided to make the game of its own egotistical yet weird image. Trust me, there's enough weird Japanese tropes in this game to cause any anime fan to go aflutter with weirdness. Like some of the instant kill moves that you can do, and even some of the even more flashy combos. Now, in terms of the story mode, it can get wordy, extremely wordy. So if you're like any of these kids of the modern generation and you don't like this thing called reading, then you're definitely not going to like for Arena story mode. But there's a very straightforward arcade mode, which is strict to the fights, a combo challenge mode to up your game, and an even back-breaking score attack mode, as well as full-burst online combat with 8 players, and a spectation mode, and a ranking system for those fighting gamophiles out there. The response for the controls is superlative. Not as superlative as, let's say, Super Street Fighter, but it comes pretty darn close to it. And the music and sounds are just about as incredible as you can ask. If you're a fan of Persona 4 in particular, you'll be happy to know that every track from that original game has been remastered, remixed, and plopped in this game appropriately. And all your favorite characters are here too. So it's essentially a big play Persona 4 stupid commercial smothered in a quite superb and quite deceptively great fighting game. Who knows if this game will make the top 26 list of 2012, but don't be surprised if it does. And oh, by the way, that last line was a tease for an upcoming video. All in all, if you're a fighting game fan, if you're a Persona fan, if you're a fan of the Japanese weird, and if you want something different, Persona 4 not only fits the bill, it will overshoot your expectations like a rocket. And oh yeah, there's teddy bears coming out of TVs. Now, how weird is that? I give Persona 4 Arena my highest recommendation and the first Kadic review subject to get the perfect 10 out of 10. Gameplay is what matters here when it comes to Kadic reviews on video games, and this one definitely excels. So do yourself a favor, pick this one up. You will not regret the purchase. And oh yeah, if the game doesn't do it already, play Persona 4. I will most certainly do so. Enough to buy a PlayStation 2 again for the purpose. So, Space Jam review upcoming. And please comment at the bottom about Persona 4 Arena or any other ideas you may have for the Kadic reviews. I love to hear from you. Until then, live life by the code.